Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness with 3 S's. I'm your host here, Chantele Francis, here with my lovely co-host, Phil. Phil, you're back. How are you?
I'm back. Happy 2021, Chantele.
Happy New Year! So
I
happy
miss
to have
you.
you here. Yay! Well, if it's your first time on Reality Realness, well, then welcome. We are all about reality TV, and if there's any gossip going on with it, we love to talk about it. So please join us in this chat and subscribe right down over there. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers, and we're starting to get pretty close. So let's get there in 2 weeks. Can we do it?
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
We could do it. So today we're doing something new on the docket here. We're doing Rupaul's Drag Race Season 2 of the UK edition. Phil, this was the first episode, the first full episode that I've watched of Drag Race UK. What were your overall thoughts?
Well, I've been very excited for season 2 to come because season 1 was so amazing. If you have not watched season 1, I really recommend watch it because it was a breath of fresh air. I felt like the American one was getting kind of repetitive of what they were doing. And having this British one come in, it is so camp, so funny, so British. And I mean, it's fantastic. So watch it. You'll love it. Trust me, even though we're not in the UK, you will love it. It is fantastic. And they're great characters. Great, strong in season 1. Season
100% agreeing with you here. So my dad was born in England. So I have like my dad's side of the family. They all still live in England. I used to visit England when I was younger. And so I already have a kinship to like the UK and British humor. There's a few shows that I watched when I was younger, like Ab Fab and Footballers' Wives. There's a few British shows that like I just loved growing up. And so the British sentiment and the British humor, I was always into. I always just thought that they were way cooler than I was or we were. So putting that together with Drag Race, I thought was a really good combination. And I dare to say it, I think I enjoyed it more than at least the premiere episode of the US version of Drag Race.
Yeah. So this week's episode, the first episode, I actually like physically reacted to the show. Like I was laughing. I was like laughing and moving and being like, oh my God, this is hilarious. Like I'm so much fun. So yeah, it's so much better.
So it's just like what I like, and we're gonna probably talk about it a lot. You'll hear me talking about this a lot, is I love the innovation and that you said camp, but it's like it's everything's just taken to the next level. It's like overblown and just like fun. They don't take themselves too seriously. And I really like that. I mean, they do take themselves seriously, but like, you know, they kind of poke fun and it's a little bit lighter and they're just their comedy is less mean and it's more funny, if that makes sense. Like I like, you know, the shadiness of a lot of drag queens, you know, there's the reading room and everybody gets shaded, all that stuff. And I find that sometimes the shade in the US is kind of mean-spirited, but it seems, I don't know if it's just the accent or what, or their humor style, but it doesn't seem mean.
So far. Yeah, so far. Day one.
So we have a judge that we're familiar with. So Michelle Visage is going to be one of the judge. Was that just for this episode or was it going to be ongoing?
No, so Michelle actually has quite a strong career over in the UK. She actually was I mean, her band did really well over there. She was on Celebrity Big Brother over there, was quite popular.
She was?
Yeah, I think it was like it was the one with Paris Hilton was in it. Not Paris Hilton, Perez was in it.
Whoa, wait, maybe I didn't watch Drag Race at the time because I watched that season.
Yeah, she and they loved her because she was like the peacekeeper in the house, and they loved her. Yeah, go back. And so she's really big. So she's on it all the time, and then There's 2 judges that sort of like take on the Ross and Carson role, where they alternate every other week, it seems.
Mm-hmm. So do you know who Graham Norton is?
Graham Norton is a wonderful talk show host over in the UK. So, and he is the definition of camp. Like, I mean, he is so funny. He has the biggest American names go on to his talk show. They talk about the rudest, funniest stuff. He's been on the air for years over there. So he, if you can watch him, YouTube, it's up there. Some great ones. I know there were some good ones with like Joan Rivers. I'm trying to think. There's like tons that were just hilarious that he would do stuff. And then Alan Carr is the other one who also has a talk show. And I mean, he's a very good at the double entendre jokes. He's very camp too. He talks with a funny voice on purpose. Like he's funny. So these are a great group of regular judges that help out, and they're very identifiable over there.
And then also this week it's going to be Elizabeth Hurley. I'm familiar with Elizabeth Hurley.
Yeah, so I don't remember tons about Elizabeth Hurley. I know I mean, that's bad gay on my part. But yeah, no, she is wonderful. Was she with Hugh Grant at one point?
Yeah, I think. Do they have children together? I don't know. I'm not sure if they have a child or not together, but definitely she was with her Hugh Grant. I remember mostly from Austin Powers, you know?
Yes, yeah.
When she was before that, I thought she was one of the most beautiful women I'd ever seen in the world when I was younger. I just thought she was so pretty. Her and Letitia Casta were the 2 prettiest women I've ever could think of. So I was really happy to see her because she's gorgeous, she's British, and I wanted to hear what she had to say.
Right.
Ron, I'm actually going to go back and watch that season now because I've seen it. Again, I'm going to watch it again. And just like, I need to remind her, be like, oh my God, that person was her. Because wasn't Stephen Bear on it? Oh, you wouldn't know. Was Stephen Bear on that season as well?
I don't know. I remember that the big story on it was Perez Hilton and Katie Hopkins, who was a journalist over in and she was a very conservative journalist. And I remember like everybody was like getting behind this woman who was really, she says some really nasty things, but because Perez was so awful, everyone's like feeling bad for her and liking her.
I almost remember, like I can kind of picture her face a little bit. Was Ray J on this season?
Was Ray J on that season? You might remember. He watched
many seasons of UK Big Brother. So they're all kind of that wasn't the season with like Jenna Jameson and Tiffany Pollard.
No, that season I think was the next season. Yeah, that one was where it was America versus England, and yeah.
Graham Norton, YouTube wormholes are some of my fave to go down. I'm going to go down this wormhole starting now. Jojo, do you want to come in and talk with us? What are you doing? Bad gay. She was with Hugh Grant. Fun fact, Graham Norton dated Tina Burner from Drag Race US at one point.
Oh, wow. Yeah, actually, I did read that. Yeah.
From this season. I'm like, Tina
Burner. The American this season. Yeah.
I like Tina Burner.
Yeah.
And I volunteered to recap CBB UK series. Yes. I found Love Island through stumbling around. I was like, UK reality relationship show is like what I Googled. Because I'm like, I want that. That's what I want. And I found Love Island. Season 3 was on. I was like, what is this? I'm like, oh, so I did find a gem. Perfect. Yeah. And I've been down like the YouTube or these Big Brother and all those shows. I started watching all of them. So yes, I can get behind that, Ron. If you have some other CBB shows that you
they're all good. The CBB, like even the very last one where they had to like basically they went off the air because people were getting so angry. There was like one woman accused a guy of hitting her and he didn't hit her, and like it exploded. I remember it was Ryan Thomas from Coronation Street. She said hit her, and it wasn't anything, and she made it into this thing, and
Oh my gosh, I almost remember. I get them confused also with the regular Big Brother because I watched those as well. And then some people became celebrities after those Big Brother seasons. So I'm like, I don't remember which is what. It's all confusing to me, but I'm here for it. So let's find maybe a season that like is super famous. Maybe
We'll all go back
on it, like the original Nikki Graham seasons. Like my mom used to tell me about her, and I never watched that season of her regular Big Brother, so that could be interesting. So, okay, back to the main event though. The main event of this season of UK Drag Race. Graham and Tina would be a power couple. Yes, they would be. I would love to see more of that. You know, maybe they've done some stuff together, some coupley things back in the day.
I'll look that up.
So in first is Lawrence. Lawrence is Scottish royalty, considers herself to be the Susan Boyle of Drag Race. You know who Susan Boyle is?
Oh yes. Was she? She was X Factor, I think. Was she?
Yes.
Or X Factor or Britain's Got Talent. She was one of the. And Simon Cowell just signed her up, and she became a hit.
She became so famous. I dream a dream. Like, I just remember seeing that. And I was shocked by it, and he was shocked by it. She had a pretty huge career after, and she's probably still pretty famous right now. So, what did you think of Lawrence when she originally came in?
I loved the outfit. Thought that Lawrence, I mean, obviously proud to be the first Scotland person into the room, which is great. And obviously, you got the feeling that she was hoping to be the only Scotland person in the competition. But through the whole show, I top marks for her. I thought she did really well this first episode.
Well, I'm going to show a picture of Lawrence so we can be reminded of. She definitely is a stunner, in my opinion. You know, like the fact that she's only 23 is what really shocked me. Ages in general, like whether it's for US or the UK, I'm always like, you're 23? You look more, I don't know, more older than I do anyways.
Well, she even, I would say, though, in some ways, she really presented herself well. Like, I felt like she felt like a strong queen, like that you wouldn't get when you're like 20, 22, 23. Like, but she's there, so.
Yes, Scotland represent. Fun fact is my mom's like side of the family is part Scottish, so her last name is Ferguson. But back in the day, I don't know, her great grandfather, they couldn't say his name properly on his passport, so it was Farquharson. But then it got changed to Ferguson. So I am part of the Farquharson clan.
Nice.
Kind of going back on my mom's side. Are you Scottish as well?
My background is my family's Scottish British, but yeah, mainly my dad's side's a lot of Scottish roots there. I've got a cousin who might be watching today. I don't know if she is, but she's right now in Edinburgh. So we'll see.
I mean, what time is it there? It's only like 8:20 there. That's not too bad. So hopefully they're seeing it. Okay, so next up was Sherry Valentine. She's 26. And I thought, I mean, everybody when they were coming out, I was just ear to ear smiles. I'm trying to find her picture, but I don't see her here.
I loved when she hit her head.
That was her. That was amazing.
And the smile on her face when she did it, and then she came back in and did the duck down and everything. She reminded me of one of the contestants from the first season. Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. One of the finalists. Ron, help me out here. But she talks that way and has that laugh, that same laugh there.
She's gorgeous. But yeah, I thought it was hilarious the fact that she kept on hitting her headdress on the wall or on the ceiling frame. It was pretty. Yes, it was amazing.
And I thought she looked good. I thought her entrance look was very good.
So one thing she said, I'm trying to read what I wrote here, but so she's been in drag only for a year, so that's in itself is amazing.
Yeah.
So 1 year drag, she does Botox. She does Botox for people, so I guess maybe Botox parties. So she's a nurse to a certain extent, and she also works with people with mental health. So I thought it's pretty eclectic. Trio of
lots of work, doing lots of work. She also said that she just one day put clothes on and her boyfriend came home and caught it and was like, oh, okay.
This is new.
This is
new. So I liked her personality. I was just smiling through this entire thing. It was just like, I was like, you guys are great. You guys are amazing. Next up is Tia Coffee, 30 years old. She said that her name was based on Tia Mowry, so one of the Tias from Sister. And Coffee, I don't know the last name of the other person. Do you know who that is?
There was a dictator. I forget what his last name is, but yeah. So yeah, that's where the name came from, and then had the opposite one of, was it Tamara Buchos Scali?
I don't know.
Well, I love the shout out to Sister, the show.
Well, especially since later
there was
a queen named Sister. So I was like, so random.
So random.
I mean, maybe it's not. Maybe they kind of put that together. Okay, here's Tia, so we can see her again. So tall. His legs are forever long. I
did like that she said that she's there to entertain. I was like, okay, good. She's here to have fun, which is good.
And I like that. It's kind of like what I was saying, taking themselves too seriously. Like in the US, it's kind of like people just don't want to get a little bit messy. Like they're to entertain. I like that because they're going to be vulnerable in a way to show themselves, to show their dancing skills or their singing or whatever. Like they're there to expose and share. And so I like that being her objective.
Yeah.
100%. Okay, let's get to the next person. So we have Bimini Bomb Boulash, who's vegan.
Vegan.
I'll go down for her. What are your thoughts while I find her?
I liked. I wasn't a big fan of the outfit. I thought she looked fine, like head up, but I wasn't really. I thought that it looked a little not well put together. So,
what was she wearing again?
She was wearing I don't know if it was pink or if it was like skin tone outfit. She had the boobs, and they were really talking about her boobs in it.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know if they were chaps or
right.
Yeah, it was sort of like cut material around her, and so I don't know. It was all right. I thought her face looked good, but it wasn't one of my favorite outfits. But I didn't mind her. She seems nice.
Now, okay, so Ron says to Tara, should you be rooting for Tace? And the response is, ha ha ha, Ron, I'm Welsh by marriage, but the family is Scottish. What's in this? Is there a war of Scots versus the Welsh in the chat room already?
Already, we're fighting. Look out, UK. Scotland's going to separate again. Look at. Don't even get into Northern Ireland.
I don't know. I don't know anything about it. So yeah, she says that she's vegan, so that's that's something to keep in mind. But I didn't really put that many notes about her.
No.
But I think we'll end up talking about her a little bit later. So we will move on to Ginny Lemon. You told me already that this is your favorite. Tell me more about Ginny and why.
Okay, so last season, I really liked Bag of Chips. She was funny. I love camp queens that are silly, over the top, don't take themselves seriously. They have crazy costumes, but they look good. Like the costumes, there's thought behind them. I think this is a very smart person. Like she seems very smart in her when she talks confessionals. I just wrote down absolutely wonderful when she came into the room. I loved it. Fanciest lights or
Yeah, I another person that made me smile. Like it's kind of like it's like a glamorous clown, you know, like it just, you know, also there to entertain, also there to not take themselves too seriously, also there to be innovative in their expression of their drag. And so I'm here for Ginny Lemon. I'm always going to be excited about what they're going to do because that's what I like about a lot of these queens is that I don't know what to expect from them.
Right.
And that excites me when I'm watching creative people in this kind of platform. So she's definitely one to watch. I can see her going really far because she'll always, I feel, have a really amazing outside of the box take on whatever the challenge is. So I'm 100% looking forward to seeing her in the weeks to come. Definitely.
I'm excited.
Next up, we have Ellie Diamond. She's 23, and she's the other score.
Ooh.
What do you think about this, Ellie?
It was like we had an Alyssa Coco moment, like the crack of the century. There was two Scottish queens.
And it's kind of like, I mean, most likely there's going to be two Scottish queens, I would think. I wouldn't think that I would be the only one. Not in 2021 or 2020 when they filmed this.
Yeah, I mean, very beautiful. I actually got like almost like and I don't mean shade by this, but like a kind of like a real somebody that's looking into fashionable Trixie Mattel. I got like and Trixie's beautiful too, but like I mean like it seems like she's looking like she's been mixed with a fashion person in Trixie.
I can see what you're saying as well. I think it's kind of how, not necessarily this picture, but how she usually paints, or she painted her eyes for this episode. It did have a little bit of a Trixie vibe to it, and kind of like that doll thing that they're both kind of doing. Yeah. I thought that her makeup was really amazing. And was it her? She makes everything. She makes all of it.
So I got the vibe that that's going to be a story, like because the way that kept coming up, I was like, okay, I think like she's going to be known as somebody who can really make some good stuff.
That's definitely, yeah. I mean, it's impressive what she brought to the table so far. It looks to me, it looks polished. Like her face looks gorgeous. So I think she's very, very talented. Yeah. Kind of like how. Like say Raven is super talented, and it's like how she does Rue's makeup, like and her own makeup, like just like she has that kind of super polished level of talent in the drag universe. Like I think she's pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, I think when Rue like says, "Oh wow, like your makeup is like really good on the first episode," like I think that impressed Rue with her makeups.
And she's 23.
Yeah. Again, these like youngsters are doing great.
Like when I was 25, I was still dancing on bars and chugging champagne from, yeah, anyways. So they're definitely more accomplished but you know what though, they also have different opportunities than if I had these kind of opportunities. I'll be sure I'd be on them in a heartbeat. Before it wasn't really possible for Canadians. We didn't really have that much.
Oh god, no. We had a few reality shows
in the old days, like the early 2000s.
We had the Lofters. That's all.
I mean, you auditioned, right? I auditioned.
Both of us did.
Yeah. And like as I told you, like I know Arissa, I took part in the audition. Actually, that like I don't know, I probably did. Well, yeah, I remember like I think I was sitting on like a staircase in a stairwell. Like I don't remember exactly where it was though.
Yeah, even that wasn't glamorous. The casting process.
But like that's pretty much all that we had. But I was watching them all. So I was watching Survivor, Road Rules, Real World. I was watching Eco Challenge. I was watching Survivor, Big Brother, obviously. But yeah, we didn't have this though.
No.
or something like it, you know?
No.
So I think they're very lucky and fortunate that they have so many ways to express themselves on different platforms where they can make money. Back in our day, we actually had game shows like The Price is Right. I think it's still on, but like, The Price is Right. Let's make a deal. Like all these shows were the game shows of our day, but now these are the game shows of this day. And so I wish that I get to be a part of it because I've always wanted to be on a game show.
Oh yeah. And they're making careers out of it after, like, it's not just go on to it. Like now that's actually their launching point to explode. Like
so lucky. They're so fortunate. Next up, we kind of briefly spoke about them before, is Sister Sister. And so Sister Sister is a little bit kooky and likes shocking people. And that's my favorite type of person. Shock me. It's exciting. Is this Andrew Brick Cruz?
oh
Crew. I'm all over, like, the UK is better so far in every aspect.
yeah. Oh my god, I can't wait till you watch a couple more of the first season too, because it's just like it was amazing. So
I'll just go and do a binge. I'm gonna do a binge. Hopefully, I can do it by next week. I have to binge a few shows right now. I'm like, oh god.
That's true.
No, I had to binge tomorrow. Actually, I'm doing a spot on Couch Potato Queens, so I'm going to be doing episode 7 and 9 of Survivor Africa, and so I'm like, that really was 20 years ago. I need to go watch all those 9 episodes. So I'm gonna be doing that. And then with Rob as a podcast, we've been doing a ranking of all the 40 seasons. So they pulled 2,500 of their patrons and basically been ranking. So starting at the 40th. So I did the 40th placed show. And then this week they did the 39th. So next week is the 38th. And I kind of just want to be reminded of all these seasons when I listen to the podcast. Right. So I'm kind of doing a rewatch of Survivor in general.
You're a little busy.
You don't do anything, you stay at home. Like, it is very challenging to be on top of reality TV. You know? Just saying. Tara agrees. I agree with you too, Tara. So we are at Sister Sister. So what do you think about her?
Yeah, Sister. She was the one who had the glitter mouth. The big mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And she said she was a comedy queen. So I liked it. I wasn't thrilled by the outfit. I thought it could have been a little bit more, but I thought it was interesting. The hair, she had great hair. I remember that.
I remember the mouth. I remember thinking that, like, okay, yes, it was a shock factor, but it didn't seem to be cohesive.
Yeah.
Was it supposed to be like a glory hole? Like, I just didn't understand it. Now, maybe her intention was just to get people talking about it and like wondering why she did that. Maybe that was the objective, but it did feel as though it was kind of gimmick for gimmick as opposed to being concept. So I am still interested in seeing what she does moving forward, but I'm hoping she's not just like, I would like more well thought out gimmicks as opposed to just like, let's just throw this on here because it's kooky.
Yeah, I of them, she's one of the ones where their entrance, I was like, it wasn't one of the ones that I was like memorable. Like it just happened.
I do only remember though the blue mouth.
Yeah.
So at least there's that. Next up is Tace, is 25. She's inspired by Cruella de Vil, the villain. She loves, a witch, and she says to be a dancing queen.
Yeah.
What is your first thoughts about Tace?
I liked her. I when she came in, I liked her hair. I liked the length. I liked the attitude. It's good to have a Welsh person in there. I thought that she was kind of funny. She reminded me of somebody, and I can't remember who it is, but she reminded me, especially when she was doing her confessionals. I was like, who is this celebrity that she reminds me of? I still don't know who it is. But no, I thought she was good. I think there was a unfortunate thing that happened to her later on, but we'll talk about that when we get there. But I think her entrance was strong.
And I like, for me too, like, I think what you're saying, like, that she reminds me of someone, I feel as though she exudes star power. There's something about her confessional. I don't know if it's because her eyes are so light or what it is, but there's something very captivating, and she draws you in. And so that's kind of like the je ne sais quoi, like the it factor. She has a dazzle that, in confessional anyways, for sure, that I didn't really notice necessarily with anyone else. So I don't know if she maybe has done many interviews before, knows how to be engaging, or she just has it. But I did feel as like, she seems like, from just her, if I just looked at her confessional, I'd be like, I feel like she's the winner. You know what I mean? She has something star quality to me.
And I know she's Welsh. That jacket that in the confessionals that she wears, that makes me think England, like London, England, like 80s, 90s England, like that look. And I'm like, that's like, I know that look.
So cool. I mean, I used to want to go shopping in the summers when I was in England, and then bring back the coolest clothes for like the new year. And people are like, "Oh, what's that?" And I'm like, "You'll see in 6 months." So Tara thinks that she looks like Naomi Smalls a little bit.
I think during the tennis, when she started doing those poses, I think Ron said, he's like, Naomi Smalls, like the way that the legs were, and it was probably also what she was wearing. It was like Naomi Smalls, that look back.
Yeah. Next up is Joe Black. The only thing that I kept on thinking when I saw the name, and I don't know if they did it on purpose, was Meet Joe Black with Brad Pitt. I was like, okay, we're about to meet Joe Black. That's all that was running in my head. What do you think of Joe Black as a queen?
This is an interesting queen, because we don't actually get tons of these like theater queens, this type of theater. Like I wasn't sure. Like it was at first, I was like, okay, they're going to maybe be quite into themselves, but she seemed normal when she was talking. I didn't really think that the look was great, the one that she came in with. She actually reminded me of, this is really aging me, but it reminded me of Madame the Puppet. So Waylon Flowers, the ventriloquist with this puppet that was this doll. Look it up. It reminded me of that a little bit.
What's the name again?
Madame the Puppet. And then the guy was Waylon Flowers.
Okay, I'm looking it up. Keep talking.
Yeah. Because I don't know. It just reminded me, like, she seemed to, for her age, I was shocked when it said 31. I was like, oh, this person seems to be a lot older. So I don't know if that's her character, is to make himself feel older, or. But, yeah.
I need to.
Am I right? A little bit.
Hold on a second.
I don't mean, but that's just like what came to my head. Like,
I mean, a lot of okay.
Yeah, like with the thing on the head. That second photo there with the bun on the head, like. Like, and it was a draggy character. Like, he went gay and he had a drag puppet, and like, I don't know. It just reminded me a little bit that way. Some of the look.
I mean, I hear it. I can see. I've never heard of this person before. This duo.
This is how she used to appear. When did you ever watch Solid Gold?
Yes.
So there used to be like little vignettes, and him and her would be in them.
This is very definitely.
I mean, we were young, but
I was a fetus.
Yeah. This is my world.
That's hysterical, but I see what you're seeing. I see it.
Yeah.
I see it. It's really funny. I was kind of going on hot and cold with Joe. I was shocked that he was 30. I was like, wow, because he was saying that he was like Glenn Close, and I was like, oh, okay, so maybe he's like 70 or so, kind of the same age as Glenn Close. And then he was half that age, basically, and younger than me. I was like, oh, yeah, okay. But I was still interested in seeing his aesthetic and his drag, just because I think he's the most famous out of all the queens that were there.
I think so too, yeah.
Have the biggest career, we'll say. And so I wanted to see more of what people pay him to do. So I was really looking forward just to seeing more of his craftiness, because maybe we don't like what it looks like, but I'm interested to see what he does.
Yeah, and it's not that I don't like it's theatrical, whimsical look, right? But I just didn't compared to the other looks. I didn't see it as one of the strong looks that walked in. You know,
but he also had a big presence though when he came in. He definitely, shoulders back. He was coming on with like some confidence. So
who he was. Like they knew.
They knew. So I feel like this might be the oldest queen, but Veronica Green. And she said, she's 34. She said she goes from Gollum to gorgeous, which made me laugh. Because we know Gollum from Lord of the Rings. My ring. And then she did really, not that she looks like Gollum out of drag, but she definitely has a big transformation.
And I love the Kylie music sort of sound in the background when she walks out. I was like, oh, this is the pop person that they're trying to push on us. Like, she's very pretty. I thought she was her skin was like really orange.
Yeah, or tanned.
Yeah.
I mean, if she was gonna do that, I wish she had taken it too far. That would have been kind of funny. But I guess then also though, painting too dark might be considered distasteful. So I did find though that maybe it was trying to look tan, but I noticed her skin color for sure.
Yeah.
But she definitely has a glow up. Like,
oh yeah,
you do not think that she's going to come out looking like this when you see the before.
No, completely different. Yeah.
And Veronica knows all the girls, so which makes me believe that she might be a newer queen, new to the dragger world, and maybe that's why she doesn't have makeup that's her color. Maybe she reminds me of season 6 of RuPaul's the one Rod the one who does that who she was like in Jocelyn Fox. She reminds me of Jocelyn Fox a little. I feel like she's really like stunning to look at and that, but she could be just a little fresh. Yeah,
that's what. Yeah,
definitely. But her glow up is pretty impressive for sure. Estina, another dancing queen, coming here with a lot of confidence. What did you think of Estina?
I love. She walks in rude. I love that. I love it. She says, "I wrote down this girl is fierce." I like her. She's good.
Definitely. I feel like she's going to be around for a while.
Yeah. She's going to be the one with the cutting remarks sometimes, I think.
Definitely. I think that she's, not that she's plain, but she's like naturally good, like
she's confident,
feminine looking, and her painting isn't that over the top. So I like her look, and I think that, and her body's pretty phenomenal. Yeah. I think she looks great. I'm excited to see what she does. It seems as though, we'll get into it a little bit more, that there's going to be a bit of a rivalry between her and Tace, both claiming to be dancing queens, both being Black UK women. So hopefully they'll be friends, not foes.
Hopefully. I mean, we'll get into it. I did like the conversation that they had together about how there aren't a lot of role models, people of color over there in the UK. And I liked that they were in agreement. And then they both said, let's rock this, the two of us, right? Not, I'm going to beat you. Let's rock this. So I did like that. That was nice.
I agree. Steven, though, when she walks in, she says, everybody seems to know me. Okay. Yeah. I think that she might make some enemies. I think people might be intimidated by her confidence. And if she does well continually, I don't see her ego getting any smaller. So I'm excited to see how she shakes up that workroom, because I don't know. She's
started well. She's started well.
Right? So a Hora.
Yes.
So their real name is George. And in Spanish, George, so Jorje or Ge is Jorge. So that's where she got her name, a Hora. Now, also though, in Spanish, ahora, like Hora, means now. So they could have put that in there as well. You know, it's gonna be like, now I'm a whore. No. But that's something that I was thinking when she was saying her name was Ahura, was now. Okay. She's a fashion designer, and felt that they were saving the best for last. What do you think about Ahura?
I wasn't thrilled on her outfit. I thought that we've actually seen Dorothy done better on other editions of RuPaul. I didn't really like that Dorothy look. I thought her makeup, her hair, great. The outfit I wasn't a huge fan of. I think that we are looking at the villain of this season. I think that this is going to be, just my opinion, this is going to be the person that's going to cause a lot of drama. She's already started it with the telling people that she was basing it on their entrance looks and not the rest of the thing, but who's the weakest and that kind of thing. I'm like, she's going to rub some people the wrong way.
But I don't remember what she looks like. Even with this photo, I don't recognize her.
Yeah, actually, I was finding that too. I found that her looks, I didn't quite remember her more. I remember her more as George, like from his outfit, because he had the fun outfit. But
what was his fun outfit?
He had was it a beret hat and a jacket that was down, and it's like black, one side green and orange. Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna by next episode I will remember who all these people are, but I just don't remember him right now. London. Gorgeous in this photo, though. I'm trying to say that, but I don't remember this personality. Hopefully I will, though, before this episode.
Yeah.
Hopefully. So yes, we get introduced to, well, Rue walks in. I didn't know that Rue was going to be making an appearance in person, but she walks into the workroom, and I don't know what it was, but it seemed as though Rue was a little bit different in front of these queens. Did you pick up on this as well?
Last season too, I think he's very excited to show that he knows British stuff. I get that vibe. Yeah, I don't know. I think it is a bit different. I think, I don't know. It just seems to me he's a little bit looser. I find he's a little bit looser in the British ones. Like, I think like they're so structured the way that the American one is. It's like, okay, this is this week, we're doing this, and it's always this week and that. But over there, it's kind of like he's like, I'm just here, whatever. I'm just having fun.
Maybe he doesn't feel like he has to be a particular way, and they'll accept him for however. I'm not sure though. I'm not sure what I was picking up on. It just seemed as though
A bit different.
Hopefully it'll come to me moving on in the episodes as to what I'm finding different, but something. So the winner, though, which I heard, they get a WoW Presents Plus series, which I thought was a pretty good prize. Did they say money as well, or just that they get a series?
So no, they just get the series. Last year's winner, and one of the finalists, both were in the series. I think that's how it ended up. And so that's their big prize, which is kind of a cool prize. You get you could really become something out of this, right? Like you get a, and so that's cool. And then for the weekly things, there's not really prizes, but they do get the badges, which I'm remembering they get. It's based on a TV show back in the day, or actually it might even still be on, that people used to email in for these badges, or they could win them, and so everybody would know what these badges are from that TV show. So they've made them a gay version of those badges.
I'm down for a nice little badge. Yeah. I'm down to get my own TV series. So this prize is up my alley, 100%. And did they actually say "Oh Brick Crew," or it was Andrew just
no? Oh Brick Crew, yeah.
I wrote down Pit, so I probably didn't actually hear it.
Yeah,
interesting. Wearing the Union Jack, of course. Looking cute for sure. So their first mini challenge was that they had to do a photo shoot as though they were at Wimbledon.
Yes.
So did any of these performances stand out? I don't know if we should go through all of them, but did you have some favorites, or was you wanted to talk about specifically?
I did I thought Tea and Coffee was funny when Tea and Coffee got lifted up, and the one she went off a little bit on the one Brick Crew person because he made a noise lifting her up. She's like, I'm not that heavy.
No, she wrote I did like that sound of struggle.
Which I thought was funny. No, I thought that on the majority, most of them did well. I don't think that there was too many that didn't do well. I thought, I was actually surprised by who won. And I've actually watched this episode twice already because I went back and watched it again. And looking at that photo and thinking about other seasons, I was I'm kind of surprised that was the best photo, because she's not looking at the camera and it doesn't quite think so, but maybe there was a reason. So
well, I think it's because she made Rue laugh. Yeah. And we know that is the number one ingredient to do well with Rupaul, is to make her laugh. And so Lawrence, who you're talking about, was making Rue laugh throughout this her whole shoot. And we saw a lot of her segment. Is it a little bit more, I felt, than other people. So I think it's that she really, really liked it. I put down stars beside Sherry Valentine. She said that she's a squealer. I think it's because I just liked her. Ginny Lemon, your favorite, making pancakes. I made them do a cute family photo.
Yes.
Sister wanted them to aim for the face. Or maybe Rue said to aim for the face.
Rue said to aim for the face. I liked also Tea and Coffee kept getting the balls stuck in her hair.
Yeah, I put a star beside Tea Coffee as well. Who else? Is that all I wrote down for these people? I think that's all I wrote, because the winner of the mini was Lawrence Shawnee. So, or Shani. Channy. What? So I definitely I liked what they were doing. I liked everybody's, it was enjoyable. It was fun. They were awkward and weird or funny. They weren't trying to be beautiful all the time. So I enjoyed seeing this challenge. They did a good job. It was good. So the maxi challenge though is here, and I was surprised that Lawrence didn't get some sort of advantage by. Wait, she got the badge. Is that what she won?
No, the badge is for the winning thing. So no, they're and only sometimes actually last season did winners get anything for it. So I think she just got the respect that yeah.
Fair. So yeah, so they need to now create 2 looks. I was like, wow, you're really making them work hard. Like 2, and these are 2 big looks. So one is of a British gay icon, and then one another look to represent their hometown. So one thing though, before they started working on their looks, is we have a moment with Lawrence, and Lawrence, everybody's getting into boy face, taking off their drag, makeup, etc. And Lawrence didn't want to take off her makeup because she does feel as though it's a mask, and that there's a level of confidence that she has with the mask on. What did you think about that moment? I personally thought it was really interesting.
I thought it was really interesting. I actually, I don't think that that's probably that uncommon. I do know of a couple drag queens that I know that they just feel more like themselves when they're in drag than they were. Like they feel more comfortable talking to other people, and then when they're not in drag, they become more introverted, or they worry about what other people think of them. Right? So I think that the makeup and the clothes are a huge confidence thing for a lot of the drag queens, and so it was nice to hear that. I feel like there's going to be he's willing to open up about his demons and things that he struggles with, and I think that he's going to be an interesting character both in drag and out of drag.
Absolutely, and not that it's surprising for them to feel as though it's a mask or like a way for them to express themselves fully without feeling judged or whatnot. I totally understand that conceptually, but I never really thought about it until this moment was brought to the screen. And so I thought it was a really enlightening moment to see, that they come off so confident, a lot of these drag queens, and so to actually see that they might have low self-esteem or had a troubled past growing up, it was really humanizing, and I thought it was a welcome moment and a teachable moment too.
Oh yeah,
definitely. So this is the next part, was the scene that you were speaking of a little bit ago, where the only 2 Black queens in this competition were both choosing Naomi Campbell as their Black gay icon to represent.
Wow.
Want to elaborate more on what you were feeling about?
So I mean, when it happened, I was just like thinking there. I was like, yeah, actually, like I mean, there's not. I mean, I'm at a kind of a loss of others that they could do that would be well known necessarily. I mean, Grace Jones maybe, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's some others, but right off the top of my head, I'm like, yeah, that isn't something that is talked about much. There's probably a lot more from back in the like 80s and 90s, but there. I don't know. But I felt like in those situations where you're going to do, like, it's the same with a Snatch Game. If you're going to do like the same character, you're creating a second challenge in there where you're not just going against everybody. Now you're being put under a microscope against somebody else. And almost always somebody's going to do well, and it's going to push somebody down a bit. Like, even if they do well, it's going to push them down. And I kind of feel like that happened, which sucks, because I don't think that either. I think they both did a great job. Like, I felt they got they got Naomi Campbell great, but one of them really did well. Like, one of them, like, I was like, whoa, when she came out, I was like, that's a good look.
I'm sure we're in agreement. So yes, yeah. So one thing though that they said, and it made me tear up a little bit, was when they said like that they could maybe be the people that pave the way. And I just thought that was also quite beautiful, because it's like, I didn't ever had a lot of people to look up to on TV. And so it's nice for them to recognize, and they're both quite young still, that, even them being on this show, regardless of how well they did, they're also going to be opening the eyes for people, they're the younger versions of themselves, to be able to see that they could aspire to do at least what they're doing. And so I thought it was a nice moment between those two Black queens as well. So when Rue comes out on the main stage, I was obsessed with that dress. I don't know if she's using British designers for this round, but I haven't been that impressed by Rue's US outfits. And this was a dress. You're in agreement with me. Tell me more.
Oh my God. It has been I remember probably between season 4 to season 8 or 9, every outfit she would go, I'd be I would love to see somebody wear that outfit. I could get that for my sister. That's a beautiful dress.
Right?
And then the last couple seasons on the American one, it's been kind of well, it's okay, but it's not wow. I'm not getting that thing. That dress was great.
Cool.
And that was rainbow. That's hard to make look great.
Yeah, I was obviously floored. You were floored. It was definitely, I thought it was a showstopper. It was a moment for sure, and I was here for it. So it was 2 of these British looks are going to be happening. First up is Joe Black with David Bowie. Let's just do both of their looks at the same time, going all the way around. So David Bowie, and then his hometown look was the Queen of Brighton. I personally thought these were both, I thought they were great. I love the innovation of choosing David Bowie as somebody, because he kind of was gender fluid in his aesthetic, very well known. And I thought that I really did think he did a good job.
Yeah. I thought that, I didn't mind the David Bowie look. I thought that it was good. I wasn't thrilled with the Brighton look. I thought it was, I don't know. It just didn't, it really made this shape that looked kind of funny. I don't know. It looked kind of like it was taking over her. But the David Bowie one, I didn't quite agree with the judges that they were so off on it. And that was the reason they were off, was, well, it's not David Bowie. I'm well, it's of celebrities, I would probably, if you said, who is she doing? You would probably say David Bowie. So I don't think that it was quite as much of a miss as it was said it was.
I agree. And I was pretty excited by it. I was if this is how we're starting, I was cool. I really, really like the David Bowie look. I don't know if it's because I thought it was a really good idea to choose him, and maybe that was overweighing what he actually did, but I thought that it was a really great choice. And I thought his expression of it was great, in my opinion. So we'll talk about it more, obviously, but I was surprised by the negative.
I do think Joe Black could have done David Burns from Dead or Alive. Is it Dave Burns? I think I'm getting the name right. From Dead or Alive. He looks like the Dead or Alive singer. The You Spin Me Right Round.
Oh, that song. Okay, hold on. David Burns. What's his name?
I think it's Dave Burns. I might have the wrong name. Or
what's
Pete
the group
Burns,
called?
or Pete Burns, or
what's the group?
Dead or Alive.
Let's see. I don't know if it is, because it's not coming up here. Let's find out his real name. Oh, Peter Burns.
Yeah. Okay.
Hold on, let's find an image to see if there's. Oh boy. Is that really him with all the plastic surgery? Oh dear.
Oh yeah. After the fact, I'm talking about the '80s look, not necessarily.
Oh boy. Okay, let's do the. Wow. Sorry, the sun is deciding to come out right now. Let's look at it. Pete Burns.
Maybe do that spin around, or. Yeah.
So I guess you're thinking kind of this picture.
The one, yeah, or with the pirate, yeah. The patch. Yeah.
I mean, that could have been really interesting to do. And that song reminds me when I was, I feel like 8 or so, going to the exhibition, and I you know, like it's, you sit on it and it's kind of like a roller coaster, but it's like you're in like a little kind of like a bumper car, and you
Yeah.
go up and it goes up and down and it goes around inside like a kind of a building type thing. And they used to play that song, like "You spin me right round, me right round," like, and that was the ride. It always just played that song, so I always remember it for the exit.
That's so random. I love it. That's great.
I thought you were laughing because you remembered it too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, I remember
The song or the ride?
I remember the ride. I can tell you, I remember being on the ride and that song playing.
Yes, Toronto references are landing here. So I mean that would have been interesting to maybe put. Is Pete Burns British?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyways, I liked Joe's look. I was impressed by it. The Queen of Brighton. I could see how it wasn't that amazing, but I still felt, for me, that he was somebody I wanted to see what he did next week. You know, that's something how I like to judge the looks, is like, am I intrigued enough to want to see other expressions in different briefs? So I'm surprised by how this episode went.
Yeah, I mean, if they had him in the bottom, I actually feel like then this would have been the bottom, the third person, not the bottom two.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm. Next up is Estina. So this is your girl, I think, nailing
Naomi Campbell, right?
And also the Queen of East London. I gagged both looks.
Yeah, that second look, I was like, I know that girl. I've seen that girl.
On the back of the bus. Absolutely. I know that girl. I remember because I was about 13 the last time I went to England, that I remember really clearly, and like to visit family, and I was staying with my cousin, and I remember like all of her friends, and we're like hanging out like at this park, and like we're, they're dressed like this, at around 13 or so, maybe somewhere
like that jacket, like
I know the look.
Yeah, amazing. The walk was amazing. With doing the Naomi Campbell, like the confidence was just oozing. Like she knew she was the shit.
And I think also, like I mentioned before, her body yaddy was like out of control, but Naomi Campbell also has like a very similar, very lean, muscular body. And she was able to really personify her walk. I felt like she studied Naomi, probably because she's a dancer. She was able to really embody how she walks, or really be able to study it and emulate. And I like that big black ball gown. Like it just like she just looked, I thought, stunning. Both looks. I was a star beside her. I wonder if we could do a draft though. I'm sure you'll get there. So Ginny, your girl's up next doing Kate Bush, and then the Queen of Worcestershire. I don't even know how to say it. Do they even say Queen of Worcestershire?
Yeah. I thought doing Kate Bush is a great character. I mean, zany Kate Bush is wonderful. When he's not in drag, he looks like a young Elton John.
Oh yeah, I see that.
And so I was like, oh, I was kind of surprised he didn't do Elton John, but then I'm kind of glad he didn't, because his second look was a little more dual gender, right? Like, I mean, it was kind of masculine and kind of feminine when the city look. So I thought the Kate Bush one I thought was simple, didn't deserve to be in the top. But the second look I thought was really good, and I thought it was really smart. I died laughing when Rue said, sauces, according to all sauces. I love the cheesiness. I thought it was fantastic.
I'm wondering though if he didn't do Elton John, maybe saving that for Snatch Game.
Could be. Yeah.
Right? Because like that would be something that it would be useful of a character more than Kate Bush is kind of like a throwaway.
Yeah.
And now he could save like his Elton John for a Snatch Game. So that's actually makes me wonder, like, what is Estina going to do? Is she going to do it like Naomi again? Like,
ooh, who knows?
I mean, I guess it could do any celebrity. So hopefully it could be someone that at least I know for sure. Tia Coffey comes out as Alan Turing. And she was in Robin Hood with Realness, but I didn't write down where she was from. I think it was just
from Nottingham. Yeah, I smart. I mean, she's showing that she's a smart queen. Like she's a thinker. It was an okay look. It wasn't amazing, but it wasn't bad. Like I thought the suit was nice.
I kind of was like, I was underwhelmed by it. It was a little more conceptual as opposed to me being able to really get what she was doing. It was just kind of like a person in a suit.
The Robin Hood, because I mean, we ended up with 2 Robin Hood looks. I think she had the better of the 2. I thought her legs looked amazing. Yeah.
I agree with you here. I said Robin Hood Realness. I don't know if they said that or if I said that, but I was into the Robin Hood look more than I was into the Alan Turing look. And if I was to compare the Bowie look to the Alan Turing look, I would think that Bowie was better personally, you know? So when we get to that part, I have some thoughts on as to why judging went this way.
All right.
We have Bimini up next as Princess Julia. I don't know who that person is, so it didn't stand out to me. And then also Queen of Norwich. No tights and a thong. Bimini is ready to expose some skin.
And ready to lip sync. I think she got excited. She wanted to show she could lip sync and dance because that wasn't a good look.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what it really reminded me of, Karen, if you're watching this, tell me that she didn't remind you of Becky, like circa 2005, going to neon parties. Because that's who I'm going to show you some pictures. I think I have a picture of her, a friend of ours, wearing something very similar to this, like 15 years ago, whatever. Yeah. It wasn't a great look for the show, but I guess like the ballsiness, no pun intended, was, and the shock factor of so much skin, and I guess the 10-inch boots. I think that she had a concept that she could have worked with like it being kind of about football and like that's what they're known for or what she appreciates about where she's from. I just think that she needs to do a little more work on it.
Yeah, and I'm going to try and give her the benefit of the doubt because I kind of get the feeling that her aesthetic is a little bit grungier, a butchier, stronger, right? Like, and I think that I don't really recall too many queens being like that. So it's a new sort of type of queen that we're getting with her.
And it seems as though they want to show a lot of skin or a nude, like it's the shock of the body, shock of the nudeness. Because she was also, if I'm not mistaken, nude-ish in her entrance look. Yeah. So I want to see what she does next week. Spoiler alert. But yeah, I thought that it was an idea that just needed to be worked on a lot longer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lawrence comes out as Diana Rigg from the Avengers. Love this look. And the Queen of Glasgow with the latex stained glass number. Like,
very smart.
It looks good. Looked amazing. I put a star beside the next one. It could just be because I'm just impressed with creativity. And so Cherry Valentine with her Freddie Mercury and the Queen of Darlington with the town clock. The Freddie Mercury is what I really enjoyed about it. I just, it was pretty epic, I thought.
Yeah, I liked it. My only, I want more Freddie Mercury than just a runway. Like I want either like a musical for Queen or I want a Snatch Game for Freddie Mercury. So, but no, I thought it was good. I mean, the I Want to Break Free video look was great. Her clock one I thought was good. I didn't clue in the clock right away, even though she was holding it. I was because of the smoke. I was like, is she trained? It's like I was trying to figure out what was going on there. But I thought she was good. I thought that her looks for me were she was safe. I knew she wasn't top. I knew she wasn't going to be
Victoria Green up next is Boy George and the Queen of Lancashire. I I thought Boy George was a good choice, but I think she could have gone a little bit further with it.
Yeah.
You know, it was good though.
It was good. Yeah. I hate to say this. It felt like this sounds really bad. It felt like somebody who had just learned about Boy George doing Boy George.
Right.
Yeah, but
yeah,
it didn't feel like there wasn't like life in it like as much. So
it's like I'm gonna wear a Boy George costume, not like I'm a big fan of Boy George. I want to show everybody how much I can personify Boy George.
Now that dress.
Pardon?
Now that dress that she had for the second look, how did she get that there? I mean, that was giant.
Maybe in sections. Maybe she sewed it when she got there.
It was a great dress. Something I felt missing to me though in that look. There was something that didn't correlate with the dress, or something more should have happened. So.
Agreed. Put another star beside this one. So Ahura was as Vivienne Westwood, as well as the Queen of Nottinghamshire, the other Robin Hood. I don't remember the look right now, but I think I probably was just inspired by Vivienne Westwood, who is pretty iconic in what she usually wears on her own. And so I probably was like, I love that she did this. Do you remember her specifically?
What was the dress? What was the...
I don't remember now.
Yeah.
It must have been colorful.
I'm not remembering that dress. I remember the Robin Hood, and I mean, it was Robin Hood. It was a little Peter Pan, but it was also Robin Hood. Like, yeah. It was good, but compared to the other Robin Hood, I wasn't as impressed with it. It felt costume.
I must have liked it, though, because I put that star. But maybe it was like, oh, see if you, or maybe the star was to go back and look at this outfit because I don't remember. So sister as Dusty Springfield, and I didn't write down where she was from. So Queen of, did you? Liverpool. I really love this look. I thought it was, her pajamas with the rollers of like the moms, stay-at-home moms going to the store in their, home loungewear. I thought it was great. I don't remember her Dusty Springfield look, but I personally was impressed by her Queen of Liverpool look. What?
I hated them both.
I think you probably hated it because of her makeup. I didn't like her makeup in the second one.
The first look, the Dusty Springfield one, I thought she wasn't doing anything, and I thought like it didn't. There were some things that were Dusty Springfield, but it didn't. I don't know. I didn't like the dress that she was wearing there. And then the second look, I actually did not like that look. I thought it looked like it had been thrown together, and there could have been a lot more done. I think actually Michelle said that like you could have done a lot more to it. Like, I don't know. I feel like she could have done like Tracy Ullman, and there's like a video of her in her pajamas. Like she could have made it like look more. I don't know. It wasn't as. I don't know.
I hear what you're saying. And I could be, as usual, just liking the innovation as opposed to the execution.
Right.
I like the outfit and stuff, but for me, it was the painting that I was like, it just was underwhelming. Like if she made herself look gorgeous and then having that look would have been, her makeup wasn't great for me. But I liked the idea of her doing the rollers and the pajamas going to the store. So I agree, not fully well thought out of looks, but I'm still intrigued by the innovation. Next up, Ellie Diamond, who I thought looked gorgeous. She's really good at painting and she's really good at making outfits. She's Queen of Dundee, which is, I guess, where Dennis the Menace originated.
Yeah. So they have a British version of Dennis the Menace, which actually was, I believe, the first Dennis the Menace. That came out of Dundee. And I actually, when I was little, my grandparents used to mail me the comic over every week. I would get them in the mail. So it was wonderful to see. I thought, you know, like this was a real Dennis the Menace over there is like an actual character that's like mean and does that. He's a menace, not like soft like the so it was nice, and like it was just a really smart look to do for your hometown if that's something, because I mean it's very British. The Beano comic, which Dennis the Menace is in, is all over England, so really smart. And I thought it was like good look. Like I mean the what was that, PVC or like that was amazing. Like
yeah, I thought it looked great.
The hair. Oh, look, the hair. Holy cow.
I think that she seems very humble. And if I was able to do what she's done so far, I don't think I could be humble. I really think that she's pretty exceptional. And like, it's just shocking that she's not more like, I'm amazing, because she's really, really good.
Yeah.
So hopefully like she still has more looks to come, like, and that she's not just like, you know, really great at painting and making clothes, but hopefully the ideas still keep flowing. And
yeah. I feel like that's going to be her thing. Is she going to be the type of person that's going to get through on the acting challenges and the singing songs and that, or is she going to be just known as the person who like will always rock the design challenge? Like, who is this?
I do want to see though. Yeah, I put a star beside her name because I liked her. So we had Tace, our second Naomi Campbell to grace the stage, and then she's also was doing Queen of Newport, and I said that she was basically a green Maleficent. What?
Yeah, I thought so. The flag of Wales. She took advantage of that, I believe, and I thought the second look actually was really well done. It was really smart. And the Naomi Campbell, it wasn't the best Naomi Campbell out there, but I don't think that she should be penalized. I don't think that she had a bad Naomi Campbell. I think she did a really good job. It's just a shame that they chose the same person, because I think like that's going to be something people are always just going to be like, yeah, but she did really good. Like,
yeah, I mean, they probably just didn't want to choose somebody else because that's what they brought and planned to do. And then maybe they have somebody else that they're planning to do for the Snatch game and it wouldn't work in reverse. So they both stayed. So spoiler alert, they did good enough. We have Ginny is the last person here. So, well, no, sorry. No, Tace was the last person. So basically, next up is they're calling some people to the front of the stage. So Ginny, Tia Coffey, Sherry Valentine, Veronica Green, Ahura, and Tace are all safe. And we find out that Joe Black was a bottom. Estina, no surprise, was a top. Bimini, no surprise, was a bottom. Lawrence, no surprise again, was a top. Sister, a bottom. And Ellie Diamond was a top. So we already kind of mentioned it before, but Joe Black, to me, I thought that he was just getting, there were people that were worse than him. So I'm wondering, this is my tinfoil hat that I'm putting on. I have two kind of reason as to why this went this way. One, do you think that it was just kind of in their contract to like only make it to the first episode, but just to have that star power and bring people to watch it? Or B, do you think that Rue was jealous? Because I sense a twinge of like not appreciating Joe, and I don't think it was deserved. So I'm wondering if there's something about Joe's success and confidence and more, outside of the box type drag that Rue didn't care for because it wasn't what she does and maybe was kind of threatened by another figurehead of the drag community, in her competition.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually was the first option there. Maybe I had a third idea there. Sort of maybe the experience of Joe Black, of somebody who has all this fame already over there, maybe was rubbing she wasn't following the process the same way the other girls were, and I maybe this show wasn't right for her, and so this was sort of okay, well, either let's let her go, or she's not fitting in, she doesn't follow the rules, we're gonna have to get rid of her, kind of thing. I don't know, but she seemed to know who she is, and I don't think she was going to change. So I don't know. There could be. I don't know. I didn't pick up on that. I just didn't really pick up on. I didn't think that the David Bowie look was as bad as they made it seem. And I don't know. I honestly felt that it was Bondi and Boulash, and I thought it was Sister that should have been in the bottom too.
100%.
Yeah, that was my fun. And then
I thought that they were just going to scare Joe here. Yeah. You know what I mean? Being like, hey, you're not that great in this competition. You kind of have to do a bit better. And have him be out third, you know what I mean? Or third to the bottom. And so I was surprised that Sister made it through and wasn't even lip syncing for their life. Yeah. I thought that Joe Black was leaps and bounds more interesting, more well thought out. And I was more interested in seeing Joe's looks than I was seeing Sister. I really just thought they were going to be teaching them a lesson, not the way that things went. I was surprised by that. But on a lighter note, though, Ask Tina, gorgeous. The judges loved it, as we did, of course. And she was the top. She was the winner of this challenge.
Completely agree.
Go ahead. Oh,
completely agree. I think she blew it out of the water. She was wonderful.
And also, she was getting a little bit of shade from some of the people that were safe in their kind of mini Untucked, was seeing what was going on behind the stage, saying that oh, she got her jacket from ASOS. And I'm like, and she probably did, but that's what the look was. I don't know how much they're supposed to create on their own and have it be handmade by some designer. The look was somebody that shops at ASOS or at a department store or whatever. I wasn't actually that mad about it, but they were throwing a lot of shade. Be like, I had that jacket in my bag. Oh. But
well, I mean, and that's the thing, right? It's never been about that. It's about how you sell it on the runway, and she sold it. She was fierce.
I know, right? And then the other two that were safe, though, I believe it was Lawrence was next. Yes. Loris, they claimed her to be the one to watch, which I think is a really, really good, they are going to be expecting a lot from her. So I hope that she's going to be able to deal with that pressure of being the one to watch. But I loved her looks. I'm excited to see her progress. I know that she's going to have a lot of growth with revealing her boy face to everybody. I think it seems as though this whole season is being painted around her right now. So I want to see her growth. And then Ellie Diamond was also safe, and they were very impressed by the fact that she makes everything, which we are too. Yeah. So the bottom two, dancing for their life, singing for their life here, is going to be Bimini and Joe Black. And I didn't think that there was going to be a chance that Bimini was going to make it through.
Really?
Well, before.
Well, so they did say that I mean, at the beginning, I think that every time they talked about, like, somebody would say, "Oh, well, I'm a dancing queen," they focus on her as well, and so I kind of got the vibe that she's going to bring the dancing. It was going to be how bad was her outfit compared to everybody else? Was it excusable if a lip sync can win it? Um, once the song happened and I was watching it, I was like, I don't know. I'm still shocked that Joe Black is 31 because, like, I don't know. I was just like getting Charlie Hyde's feel from her, like with like I was like, I don't know, like she's not going to move around, and the outfit was definitely not helpful for her in that song. Yeah,
Well,
I felt bad.
Bimini's outfit, but like she did do some moves that looked good.
Yeah.
I thought that Joe was a little bit more comedic.
Yeah.
Um, I wanted Joe to stay. I did, but
I think Joe would offer more to the show for the viewing. Like, I think he it's an interesting person, and I think if their story was told, it would be really interesting to watch. I'm not saying that the other one wouldn't be, but I think I don't know. I feel bad. I do wonder if maybe like the format and everything like just didn't work out, and there was some reason why Joe went behind the scenes.
I felt really bad for him because like even when the little untucked kind of moment, he was really upset, and I think deservedly because I don't think he was as bad as they're making it out to be, and it was just unfortunate. They're dancing to "Relax, Don't Do It, Don't Do It." Is that song? What is it from?
So Frankie Goes to Hollywood. That's Frankie Goes to Hollywood. I remember when that album came out. It had a naked man on the cover or something like that, and my dad bought the album and opened it up. Oh, it was on like the inside sleeve. There was like some naked. And my parents threw it out. They were so afraid that like the kids would see it.
What that song though? Was it on? No, that's a different song.
Relax.
Of breakfast television back in the day. Dun 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 dun. That's another song, but I feel like the relaxed song was from something very memorable. Well, not that memorable, but from my childhood. That I just remember that song. It could have been a movie or something that I remember it being from. I'm gonna see if I can try to find it. Hold on. It was banned by the BBC. Wow. Okay, because of the album cover. Oh, do you want to see it?
I haven't seen it for a long time.
Okay, hold on. Let's see.
I apologize to my parents that I'm looking at this.
It's not that. Can you see? Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh, banned 1985 or whenever that was. Banned.
Love it.
So I don't know the movie or TV show that it was from, but I was always like, wow, like I remember something about this song. And it was a good, like, I like good songs like this to dance to. I think that they're better than some of the pop ones that we find in the US version. I liked it. But it said Bimini, you stay, and I was shocked. I think that Bimini did a better dance, but I feel, as you've already pointed out, and myself also, is that I was more interested to see what Joe had to offer moving on, and I feel as though Bimini will kind of be the bottom, space holder. I don't see them doing something so wow factor that they're going to be winning a challenge. It seems a little bit crafty, a little bit messy, a lot of it messy, and I don't know. I felt bad.
Yeah, I think. I'm not saying like, oh, they should have won the challenge. Like Joe Black was amazing. Like there were things that I was like, yeah, I didn't like it, but yeah, I do think like we're going to be missing out on that character. Whereas I'm not sure how much we're going to get from the other one. And I do think that I really felt sister. And I know you like the looks. I didn't get it, and I think that she should have been in the bottom.
I wrote down when I'm like, oh my God, sister was saved. Shocked.
Yeah.
I do need to remind us though that when Estina was winning, she's like, you served face with a sad chicken, because Estina did have a chicken wing that she was as her prop when she was walking the runway. And also for good lines is when Joe was leaving the stage, she said, I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. Charles.
Yes. All right.
I don't think she was happy.
Yeah.
So I definitely loved this episode. I'm excited to see what all these queens have to do. What do you want? What should we do to get involvement from the people in our chat and our comments?
We need to know who everybody likes, right? So I think they need to be letting us know who are they rooting for sure.
Do another like mini survey thing. Who did you think was the top look? Who do you think was the bottom look? Who do you think got robbed this episode? I'm trying to think of things. Maybe is that something that we could maybe do?
Oh, I'm sure we can make that work.
Okay. Yeah, do it. Do you have anything else about this episode that you want to talk about? Ron, anything that we missed? Jojo, if you're still here, Tara, Andrew, let us know if there's anything that we wanted to talk about that we kind of didn't capture here in this moment.
I don't really have much. I thought that no, I was very excited. I was so excited I watched it a second time. And it's been a while since I want to watch it again. I thought it was great.
Well, and what's really interesting is, so I watched the premiere of the US version and it was okay, but I wasn't running to watch the second episode. No. And so I'm behind now 2 episodes, and that's kind of says something to me that I wouldn't do that with this one. I was like, oh my God, I'm watching this. It's so good. And I can't wait to see the next episode. So hopefully with, going back and catching up with the US season, I'll be as engaged. But I have to say that the UK version really has got me excited about drag and what the show's going to happen.
Do you have a winner pick? Ooh.
I think I need. Oh, it's kind of early, isn't it?
It's early. One more episode.
What?
One more episode, and then we'll
one more episode,
okay.
Just so I can really remember who everybody is.
Yeah.
I'll have an idea of maybe a different side of their personality and what they're going to kind of bring. If I was really to base it on right now, I would say Lawrence would be the winner pick, with the fact that it seems as though that's the narrative that they're creating. It's saying she's the one to watch. She needs to overcome her self-confidence issues in Boy. It just seems that they might be creating a storyline for us to follow her journey. So if I was just to throw it out there from what I've seen on one episode and the edit, I would say Lawrence is the winner pick.
I would think that you are probably right there. Yeah, the editing 100%. Yeah, that's how it's looking.
Okay, let's see how well we do, and it might change when they go home.
Deep down, if we keep getting Ginny Lemon, it keeps being this great, I'm going to be clawing. No, don't go.
Can't wait though. So if you're tuning in, so we did this on Saturday afternoon, but we are intending of going live right after, well, not right after the episode, but Thursday evening Eastern time. So probably around 11 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays, we will go live and do our recap about this episode. So please join us then. Phil, are you working on anything or doing anything that you would like people to follow you or support you with?
I'm going to have things to talk about in at this section going forward. I've got some ideas. This week, the only thing that I've got that I really want to push is, hey, this is my second podcast co-host thing, and I'm on Twitter. Feel free to follow me at Reality Phils. Let's get me to 20 followers.
Now.
We're still at 12.
Okay.
Now my Instagram and Facebook are great, but you know, I'm really trying to get this Twitter to work for reality realness. So
Okay, we need to get you to at least 20 by
sorry.
the end of this series. And of course, we want to, oh my God, I didn't show you this. Look at this. Look at this.
What is happening? The future today.
Isn't it so good? So please help us out so we can get to 1,000 subscribers. Easy peasy. All you have to do is subscribe. We only need about 400 of you to do so. And then I'll have a surprise of some sort for you.
All right. Maybe a bunch. Maybe we'll all get a surprise. We'll just surprise, and we'll surprise you.
Yes, surprise me by getting to 1,000 like now. So please subscribe to Reality Realness with 3 S's. We will be back next Thursday at 11 p.m. Eastern Time to talk about episode 2 of RuPaul's Drag Race UK Season 2. Ba-dum-bum. Love you guys. Bye.